Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have with us Karen Chapman, and she is the president of the Corridor 9 495 Regional Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Karen. She set me straight. She was on the show. We started Be My Guest in 2012 here in Upton, and we moved into our permanent, studio that we think, in 2015, and you just missed the new studio. She spent 7 years as the president of that particular chamber. That is fantastic. Do you live in this area too?
I do not. I actually don't even live in my own towns. I grew up in Worcester and I live in North Oxford, Mass.
Oh.
To be closer to my family because my parents live in Sturbridge. So, yes.
Oh, Oxford is gorgeous. I know the back way from like Rockdale, Northbridge, up, was it called Sutton?
Yep, all back through that area. But Charlton, Oxford, and then Sturbridge. And literally I'm on the line of Auburn to Oxford.
You've got a Market Basket up there now, too.
Yes, we do.
We found that one, too.
Everybody loves Market Basket.
That's closer, Market Basket, for us in Billingham. Well, Karen, so you started 7 years ago as the president, but you told me you've been in the chamber for how many years?
I've been in the chamber world for 42 years.
I thought she was 5 when she started.
Thank you for that.
42 years? What brought you in the first place?
You know what? I absolutely love this. And honestly, nobody would believe my personal story. I was very shy in high school, a very good business student. You know, we had a crossroads. I was like, what do I really want to do next? I had a business teacher who absolutely was very angry with me and said, you really need to go to college. And I said, I think I want to take a break right now.
Yeah, that's what I should have done.
So I went to, applied for the Chamber of Commerce in Worcester, and it was the best thing I've ever done.
You loved it?
I loved it. It was the largest chamber in New England at its time, Worcester was, and I got to work for an icon in the industry, and the foundation of everything chamber was just where I fell in love with an industry, and then I got to work with so many different diverse people and backgrounds, and eventually moved all the way to Westboro, and as the vice president became the president. So I absolutely love it. It's really because there's no other job that offers all the diversity that it really offers.
Well, so when you graduated high school,
yep,
you already knew what you were going to do. You're going to be in the chamber. But that's not paying, is it? Is it a paying job?
No, it's full-time paying, yes.
I didn't know that.
And it's more than 40 hours a week, without a doubt.
God.
We run early morning events, lunch events, nighttime events. I'm going right here to a ribbon cutting to celebrate new business. We do community events. We do things for our schools. We've given over $400,000 in scholarships to graduating high school seniors, nearly $140,000 in grants for teachers in our region. We do a lot to support our community, but then we have a young professionals group, a women's and business professional group. We offer educational webinars, 60 events a year, Jan. That's
60.
how active we are. 60 events a year.
Oh my God, that is a lot. You got to have, like you say, you got to love it.
I do.
And you got to want to do it.
Absolutely.
Did you surprise that teacher you had? I would have gone back and said,
I just want you to know we're still good friends to this day, and he'll always tell me how proud he is of me, that I didn't go to college, but then he saw what happened in my personal career. And I'm pro-college all the way.
Yeah. I am too, but I just like you. To this day, I wish that I don't think I would have pleased my father very much, but he had high hopes for me. But like the other kids, I went to college prep classes in high school, which I should never have gotten into college prep math, believe me. Got accepted in White College, went there, knew nobody, 3 hours away from home. I got physically ill. I was so homesick. I knew no one. Right. Stupid move. I hung it in there. I got over it within the first 3 months. Stayed for a couple of years, and then I said, I'm going nowhere with this. I was art major. I loved it, but I just didn't feel like this is nothing. So I called my folks and said, hey, I'm going to leave.
Yep.
Thinking I'd give them a break financially. Oh, my father didn't care. He's like, all right, you're coming home. You're going to do something. So
exactly right.
He gave me a choice, beauty school or business school.
Yep.
I could read him. I said, okay, business school is fine. So
Good choice.
I guess so. Back then, especially, it was more lucrative, I think. I have so many questions for Karen. Karen, where does the group meet?
So actually, because a lot of our members host our events, we meet everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a 5-town chamber: Westboro, Northborough, Southborough, Shrewsbury, and Grafton. So we have events because, this is kind of the interesting fact, 45% of my members, which are business,
Yeah.
come from outside of my core region. I have members from Worcester to Natick. And the reason that they join our chamber is for the opportunities that are available through our chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So events could be at a hotel, could be on a golf course, could be one of our local restaurants. We did a lot of that to support them over the summer. So it's really depends upon who will host us as a member. We're really happy to be in anywhere from a hotel to a restaurant to an outside event. We're going to Southwick Zoo next week.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
You're going to meet in the restaurant there?
No, we're going to go have an outside event, and we're doing it with the Milford Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to go see the Festival of Lights.
Yeah.
And then outside the restaurant, there's going to be networking in the back. So that's what we're going to do.
That is so key.
Mhm.
You know, people will say, well, I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't think I would fit in. I'm
Right.
like, just go.
Yes.
You don't have to drink. You don't have to, open your mouth all the time. Just go. Kind of like, you'll find somebody. Just kind of like get up to the group and start listening a lot.
I'm actually glad you said that, Jen, because networking can be intimidating. We like to welcome people, and we actually kind of adopt you and help you with the networking. Great stories about that. A member that came to an event many years ago.
Yeah.
She told everybody she was afraid. She just got my Small Business of the Year award this year. One of the best networkers there was.
Yeah.
Because you got to embrace people and help them. And once she said that, she's actually paying it forward and helping other members who are afraid to network.
So if you are from Upton, you're welcome to join.
Yep.
Now, is there a dues?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. So it's 1 to 5 employees. It's based on your fair share for the number of employees you have. So for a small business, it's $355 for a year, and then it's after 5 you pay $8 for each additional employee, because the business and all of its employees can participate in anything that
What
we
if
do.
you're your only employee?
Then you pay a basic membership, and a lot of small business, that's what they do.
That's $355.
Yep,
Okay. Now, how many people now are in the Quarter 9?
500 members. Yes.
That sounds, am I wrong? Is that bigger than Worcester?
I wish. No, business is business is 2,000.
Yeah.
But we're in the top 5 of chambers
Were
in the
you
region.
Featured in the Worcester Business Journal?
Yes,
That must be where I picked up on it.
that's exactly where you picked up on it.
Yeah,
So,
I get that, and I think it's great, the
Yeah.
things that they write about
yes.
the people. They tell you about the person.
Mhm.
I really like that business journal. It comes in the mail. It's pretty cool.
It is
Do you welcome speakers?
all the time. We are very business focused, or we're also considered the voice of business. So we like to bring in people that are community leaders or business leaders that can help educate and provide professional and business development topics.
Mhm.
We had a webinar today about navigating your business through financial uncertainty. We do it on social media, sales, marketing, lots of speakers that are going to help our business thrive. And then some of our larger events, we had Governor Baker came and speak 2 years
Oh,
ago,
that is so cool.
which was great. Karen Polito obviously is a good friend to the chamber.
Yeah.
She's in one of our towns in Shrewsbury. She's come to speak a lot. But really, it's a balance of lots of. It's education. Sometimes for a women in business program, to be honest, we had a woman who was human trafficked, and came and told her personal story, and then shared what she's doing to help other women that are dealing in these situations.
She was in
So-
human trafficking?
She was human trafficked herself, and so she got out of it, and now she's helping women that are in those very not favorable conditions.
How did she find you?
So she came heavily recommended to me through, I think she went and spoke to a lawyers association.
Yeah.
So since we've had her, she's been speaking to a lot of other places.
Yeah.
But what I would tell you we're very proud of is that we had all of our members bring backpacks, and they filled them with items that was going to go to all these women that she's trying to help.
Yeah.
Basically try to get them off the streets, let them know that other women care about them, those personal items that they need. So it was a powerful, moving presentation for
Yeah.
somebody that was able to find her way out and now is helping others.
She
So,
needs a memoir.
she wrote a book.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Do you have you broken out of just Zoom? Now are people back doing in-person?
It's a good question. We're doing a balance. What we learned is our webinars attracts people from whatever area, so
Yeah.
we'll do those. But now we're back to in-person events.
Yeah, best.
We missed them.
Do you ever have a group meeting at Tatnuck in Westboro?
So I'm actually in the same plaza that they're in. They're behind me. That's where our office building is.
In
and
the
yes,
BCU building?
So we are, nope, where there is Maori Indians restaurant is there. Have you noticed that? So we're behind, we're almost across from Julio's Liquors. There's a whole plaza of businesses right there. And we're inside the building on the second floor.
I know when
30
I go-
Lyman Street.
Yeah, well, I know when I go in, and say
Yep.
if I was going to go to to Tatnuck, but you pass it.
Yep.
My doctor is in that first brick building.
Yep.
You must be in the second brick building.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you have the Pro Health hearing?
No, that's not us. They're behind us.
They're behind you.
So ahead of you, there's the Mandarin. I don't know if you know the Mandarin restaurant on Route 9. And Julio's is there. When you come in off of Route 9,
Yeah.
that's where you'll see our building. And all on the first floor is either retail or there's
Hair cutters? Cuttery?
no,
Good,
there is a hair salon. You're getting close.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all part of that same plaza, but there's
Yeah.
different sections.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, okay, I'm so used to coming in the other way.
Right.
But if I was on Route 9 and I passed Tatnuck, past Lyman, there is like this plaza.
Yep.
Is that near Bertie and Phil?
Nope.
No.
Further up.
Okay.
Do you know there's a section of Lyman Street? On one side is gas station, the entrance into the Westboro Shopping Plaza, because we're really in the Westboro Shopping Plaza.
Okay.
There's a TJ Maxx in there, and there's
Okay.
Home Goods in there.
Yep.
You continue to go a little more towards Route 9, there's a whole other section of a plaza. There's a Maori Indian restaurant who's a member, and on the other end, it's a hair and a spa. In the middle, there's double glass doors, and inside there's businesses, and that's where we are. So.
Is that where you meet though? or
No, that's just my office. I have board meetings there, I have committee meetings there, but we meet for our larger events can be up to, well, I'll give you an example. We have a business expo, it's 125 exhibitors,
Yeah.
1,000 people walk through the show in 4 hours. It's held at the Doubletree Hotel in Westboro.
I think years ago my husband and I went there.
Yeah.
It's a business expo.
Yes, it is.
And it was at a Doubletree.
Yep. I'm sure it was mine.
Yeah.
It's 30 years old and still the best show there is.
When's
Yep.
the next one?
April 6, 2022.
Hopefully we won't have to worry about our masks then.
I'm hoping, Jan,
Wow.
that would be a blessing, not to have to worry about that, but it's time to get back to real business again.
Yeah.
And that means in-person networking and putting business on display. So.
We're talking with Karen Chapman, and she is the president of the Corridor 9 495 Regional Chamber of Commerce. Karen, how can they reach you?
You can reach us at our website at www.corridor9.org. Please check out our calendar of events anytime. Reach out to us at 508-836-4444.
So can they drop by your office and pick up that wonderful flyer? You should see
This
this. Check it out.
wonderful, absolutely. This is our membership packet, and it talks about why business is thriving in the 49-495 region. Doors are open. We welcome guests. We want you to join our chamber and learn how we can benefit your business. So,
Would it be any kind of business? Say it's an entrepreneur starting out and maybe she's doing rocks or something. That's okay too.
any business. If you have a business, you're welcome to join the Chamber of Commerce. Doesn't even matter what part of the region. We have members from Rhode Island. If you want to join our chamber, you're welcome.
That's right. Okay, so you've got a lot of members.
Yep.
And do they stay?
Yes.
They like to stay.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I'm very proud of, each month we send out an email to recognize our members, and 15, 20, I have a member that's with me 35 to 40 years, so we're very fortunate. We saw a lot of business suffer, obviously, in the last 2 years, but business is back. Restaurants closed. They're reopening under new restaurants, so I was glad to see that some of the people that it didn't go very well, but to see that those closed offices or closed restaurants are reopening, and it's just that we're going to be back to running in full speed. We're going to get past all of this. We all are. But what I'm happy to see is that business is interested in getting back to business. So,
What have you got coming up for interesting activities?
thank you for saying that. So, one of our interesting activities is called the Great Bash. Business and Social Hour, that's what spells BASH. It's at the Great Wolf Lodge, which is up in Fitchburg. We're collaborating with 6 chambers and bringing all of our members together up there because this event's been going on at least for 6 and 7 years.
Yeah.
But we bring all of our members up to North Central Mass for a networking event, but it truly is a foodie event. So the Great Wolf Lodge is the largest indoor water park here in our region, and they're a member of my chamber and all the other chambers that we're doing this with. And we bring everybody together to network, but they put on about almost $10,000 worth of food. So you will taste food like you've never had in the entire world. They're amazing.
That's next month?
That is on November 17th.
And what's
Yep.
after that?
After that is our big holiday bash for our members.
Yeah.
So every December, which we did not have, we went virtual last year,
Yeah.
and we had what we called Murder at the Ugly Sweater Party, and it was a virtual event.
Ugly sweater part? You could wear any ugly sweater you've got?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And that was virtual.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. This year we're back in person. We're going to give away a 50-bottle wine collection, up to $5,000 in cash prizes, over 70 prizes on a raffle table, entertainment and networking. It's one of our legendary events,
Yep.
and I'm so happy to be back doing that in December.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, when you started, when you were interested in, right out of high school,
Yes.
did you have to apply for the job and they
Yes.
accepted you right on?
I started as a secretary, Jan,
In this particular chamber?
in the Worcester Regional Chamber.
Yeah.
I started as a secretary, and then I just, to my advantage, my love for the job, my work ethic, I got to work in almost every department in the Worcester Chamber, which was, for me, being like a sponge. So helping out with membership, being part of economic development, being a coordinator of some of the events that are affiliated with our chamber. And eventually, they had multiple affiliate chambers with them. This was at that time called the Westboro Northborough Chamber.
Yeah.
And so I got to work with that chamber and put all their events together, and they decided to open up their own office, and they hired a president, and then hired me at the time as the assistant president, really.
Yeah.
And then when she retired, I became president. And we became an independent chamber during that time. So we were under the umbrella of Worcester, but now we're all on our own and have been since 2001, and we haven't looked back since. So
Did you have a mentor or coach in it?
you know what? I had many.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say a lot of them were female mentors.
Sure.
My best friend today, who actually hired me for the job, taught me amazing organizational skills, and I've worked for many women and many men too, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the icon, who's passed away unfortunately, his name was Bill Short. He ran the Worcester Chamber for over 25 years.
Yeah.
He taught us everything we knew about running a chamber. And I'm proud to say a lot of us who've left that chamber went and ran other chambers, all the way to Connecticut and to Florida. So he was an amazing mentor. He taught us what it was to be a service organization, how to collaborate, work together, and be partners. Very, very proud of working in the chamber world. It's just an amazing opportunity.
Karen, what would you say would be the age range for members?
I love that you asked that. So what's very important to our chamber was to engage young professionals. Sad to say, if I was to go into a high school and ask you what a Chamber of Commerce was, I'm not sure too many people would know what it was.
Have you done that, though?
Yes,
Okay.
because we work with a lot of our schools.
Yeah.
So we've done and partnered and done a lot of things with them. More importantly is in 2007 I started a young professionals program. It's called Hype 9, helping young professionals engage in the Cordy 9495 Chamber. We want them to be members of our community. We want them to be business leaders, and I want them on my board.
Yeah.
And so when we launched that, they just got voted the best young professionals network this year in 2021.
Well, are they millennials? Might be in their 20s?
They're both. It's 21 to 45 years
Oh,
old.
wow. Okay, that
Yep.
covers a lot.
And they run their own peer-to-peer networking events.
Yeah.
They're a big part of our membership. I have quite a few of them on our board because they're the future of my Chamber of Commerce. So we do have members from 21, and I think the last time I counted he was 80.
Just a kid.
Just a kid.
Now, there are a lot of them retired?
No, these
No.
are all people in business.
Even at 80, he's still in business.
He's still in business. He
Yeah.
runs the Senior Olympics Games. Yep.
Oh, I think I may have had him.
Davis Cox.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Who else? Oh, can't think of it. Oh, the gentleman that was the head of the Worcester Chamber of Commerce, he was from India.
India.
Oh,
The Worcester Chamber?
yeah, there was a Worcester. Oh, was it maybe about four years ago?
I'm not sure.
Gosh, forgive me, I cannot think of his name.
Okay.
He was terrific. He's been very active in the business community there.
Mhm.
Where, if somebody was going to speak there, where are the best places where you would like to have them come?
So if they're going to speak, they have to contact us. So we try to select our speakers throughout the year. The interesting part, I will tell you, Jan, is that our members are a lot of speakers of our webinars because they're the experts in their field. So we reach out to a lot of our membership. When we have a greater events or larger events, they could be from, people, like I said, with Governor Baker to all the ways we had, now I'm going to age myself, Reverend Liz Walker, who was the first black woman on television.
Yeah.
She was one of our guest speakers recently. Joyce Kulhaywick was one of our guest speakers.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that part of the television world or radio world, and it depends upon their topic. To anybody that's talking about, what can you do for social media that really can promote your business. So anybody that wants to speak really would reach out to me at the Chamber. And that's what I try to look at, opportunities that our members would be most interested in. So,
Do you have, I know in the business world, I think my favorite entrepreneur is Richard Branson,
yes.
the founder of the Virgin Airlines. I've read a couple of his books.
Yep.
I like it because of his sense of fun. He believes in individually having each person with their talent be shown forward.
Yep.
One of the worst things that I ever experienced was, it was a great group at a hospital. They all have to have the now PFAC committee, okay. And I love the people, not the problem, but we started out as volunteers. It was great. We wanted to help this, the hospital get up and run. And it was fascinating. For the first couple of years, this is really cool. Until one particular volunteer seemed to just, the staff seemed to scoop it up because for free help, they were getting him. He was doing computer work, all this stuff. He would just run roughshod. The rest of us, like, why am I here?
Yeah.
That's one of the things in leadership that drives me crazy. Do not let. I'm an artist too, and I started doodling. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm bored, but it sort of to me means I just have to feel like I'm creating something. And all these PowerPoints, we weren't there for that. I don't care what their financial situation is. I don't want to know the numbers. At first, we started off in groups.
Yep.
And I love the idea of leading a group and saying, okay, we've got this thing to do, elevator, whatever it is at the hospital, or signage.
Yep.
Great. But then everything it went over on its head. I lasted for 5 years, and I thought, that's it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, since volunteers are the lifeline of my chamber.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are running my committees. They're the ones that are on my board.
Yep.
They're the ones that help me at my events.
They're members, right?
They're all members.
But they're volunteering. Yep.
Monthly, if not more.
Yeah.
I have a young professionals committee. I have a women's committee. They're the people that are the ones that are engaged in our chamber, so it means the most to them. So they're the ones that are helping us find speakers, or put together our events, or tell us what's of interest to them. It's truly the lifeline of our organization, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm always looking for more ways to engage our members because it gives them a greater understanding what the chamber is, and it elevates you in the chamber.
Yeah.
And what I mean that is about your business, so that people know more about you. It helps bring people to your business. So I have the great fortune of having volunteers. My treasurer is stepping down after 25 years because he's basically retiring.
Yeah.
After 25 years. I have more volunteers like that, but a lot of new volunteers too.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I mean, I want that because at the end of the day, it's your chamber. It's truly your chamber.
Right.
It's your business organization. So.
Do you welcome new ideas from members?
Absolutely.
Do you ever have a head bashing meeting where you okay, everybody, let's go, where you hear from each person?
Yes, brainstorming is important.
Yeah.
You know what? I can sit all day long and try to think of what's the next best idea.
Yeah.
But I have talent all within my chamber. So why wouldn't I ask for that? I get proposals for speakers' ideas all the time. In fact, my members are the best resources for bringing me great speakers.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
Or new program ideas, new ways to network. We were the first chamber to do speed networking.
Yeah.
You've heard of speed dating? It's speed networking for business, and it's the same thing.
Now, a lot of speakers charge. How about people, I bet you love this, the ones who don't charge?
We don't pay for speakers.
Good. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Because, many places, I've gone many places and they say, okay, how much do you charge? I'm like, no.
Exactly.
We're not going to do that because probably there's somebody in the audience or whatever who would love to have the service you offer or whatever it is. I'm like, they're going to make $5,000 or anything like that. again, how can they reach you, Karen?
Thank you. You can reach us at www.quarter9.org. Call us at the Chamber at 508-836-4444. Love to hear from any of you.
And anybody can call. They could be running a hot dog stand.
Love food trucks. They're members of our chamber.
Yeah, why not, right?
Why not? Everybody has a business. I welcome whatever. We have people that walk dogs as members. Everybody's welcome.
I love it. I love it. I think that so many of staff leaders and organizations forget you've got a group here, and on top of that, they're volunteers.
Mhm.
You need to go through what I don't care if their interest is just growing a particular flower. What is it, and how can they help as a group? How can I use their, in a nice way, use what they've got? That's where they fell down at that hospital meeting. They started off with, everybody explain your experience with this hospital.
Mhm.
I thought, this is great. And then it's sad because you began to see it.
Yeah.
And we have another hospital locally that I hear the same thing happened. You've got a room full of volunteers.
Believe
from
me,
social workers to whatever.
volunteers, that's
Yeah.
what I think our members like to do the most. I just sent out about a month ago, our local Y in Westboro needs to be painted.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes of me sending out, they filled all the volunteer spots. Community Service Day, we go pick apples. We weeded at the Community Harvest Project in Grafton. All of that goes to the Worcester County Food Bank. We our members are speakers in our high schools, career days, for financial literacy programs. It's all about what we can do as a community to make it better. And honestly, there's always opportunities to volunteer.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Always.
That is great. And you can start in high school if you would like to.
Yep.
You can join
Yep.
later on, I guess. Is there a particular age where you have to pay to join?
You just have to be in business to join.
You have to be in business, but
Yep.
it could be a paper route.
It could be anything.
I hear that. You can. I mean, there are so many different types of businesses
Yep.
now. I love that. I think maybe born out of desperation, maybe because of the COVID, things like that. We're going to have to close. We should have you back on again, Karen.
Thank you
Gosh,
for that.
It's good thing she reminded me because 7 years ago, I don't know if I could remember every single guest I've had on since then, but you can pick her up on YouTube. That'll come up pretty soon too. You'll see our interview there. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity to speak about the chamber and to speak with you again.
Thank you. We'll see you next time and be my guest.
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems.